Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the free response question review. In today's episode, we will be discussing the 2009 Form B Calculus BC question number 1, which requires a graphing calculator. The question reads, a baker is creating a birthday cake. The base of the cake is the region R, in which in the first quadrant under the graph y equals f of x for 0 to 30, where f of x is equal to that thing, both x and y are measured in centimeters, and the region R is shown in the figure above. The derivative is that. Okay, so in question A, it says the region R is cut out of a 20 centimeter by 30 centimeter regular sheet of cardboard, and the remaining cardboard is discarded. The area, we're going to find the area of the discarded cardboard. So what they want from us is this is the cardboard that holds the cake, and they want the blue stuff. They want the area of the blue thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of the rectangle first, and then I'm going to subtract the area of R. So how do we do that? Well, that's going to be 20 times 30. That's the cardboard piece. And then I'm going to subtract the integral from 0 to 30 of, looks like, f of x dx. And let's go and put that in our calculators and find out what that's supposed to be. And I apologize for that. I forgot to upload the calculator onto the computer. So here's what we got. We've got f1 of x equaling 20 times sine of pi x over 30. So if we're going to do this, then it's going to be 20 times 30. So I'll go ahead and do that. 20 times 30. And then we're going to subtract the integral from 0 to 30 of f1 of x dx. And I'll hit Control-Enter for most decimals. And we end up getting that 218.0281 number. So let's go and write that down. 218.08. Oh, sorry, so 0281. Okay, pretty simple, straightforward type of question so far for A. Hopefully it doesn't get much harder than that for B. It says the cake is a solid with a base of R. Cross sections of the cake perpendicular to the x-axis are made of semicircles. Well, that's important. If the baker uses 0.05 gram of unsweetened chocolate for each cubic centimeter of the cake, how many grams of unsweetened chocolate will be in the cake? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find the volume of this solid using the semicircles first. So that's going to be the integral from 0 to 30 of f of x squared, because in a cross-sectional volume we treat everything like a square. Because of the semicircle aspect, I'm going to multiply the whole thing by pi over 8, and that's going to be dx. Now before I enter this into the calculator, what I have to remember is that this thing is going to create some type of volume, and that volume will have 0.05 grams of unsweetened chocolate for each cubic centimeter. So whatever the result of this thing is, I'm going to multiply that by 0.05, and that will get me how much unsweetened chocolate will be used. So let's go and find that out. So let's go ahead and do pi over 8. And for these, usually I'll explicitly put in the times, otherwise you might end up with a calculation error. 0 to 30 of f1 of x, f1 of x squared dx. Now I'm going to hit enter, Control-Enter. Now that is how much volume is in the cake, but remember, that answer needs to get multiplied by 0.05. And that is actually my answer, that 117.8097. So 117.8097 will be used. And now we're going to find the perimeter of the base of the cake. So it seems like a pretty simple FRQ so far. So the perimeter of the base of the cake is going to be, I'm going to go and color it in purple this time. It's going to be all of this stuff, right? It's going to be all of this stuff here. It's going to be this whole arc right here. And then some, okay? I will go back to the and then some in just a second. Well, that right there, the purple arc, is really just arc length. So that's going to be the integral from 0 to 30 of the square root of 1 plus f prime of x squared. Now, when I talked about the and then sum, well, remember, the perimeter of the cake is the purple stuff, the purple arc, but it's also this bottom piece here. So that's what everybody seems to forget, is that they forget that this bottom piece is also the base of the cake as well. So from here, I'm going to add 30 to whatever results from this integral. Now, I'm going to try something on the calculator I haven't done, and I'm going to see if this works. Instead of typing in an entire new function, because they gave us the derivative, they gave us the 2 pi over 3 cosine blah, 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 I'm going to try this instead. I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to type in square root of 1 plus, and now I'm going to put in parentheses, and I'm going to go shift minus. No? Oh, that was control minus. Shift minus. Okay, so that's going to be d over dx of f1 of x. And then I'm going to square that whole thing. And I'm going to see if that gets me the right answer. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and control enter, and then I'm going to add 30 to it. And that is the right answer. So cool, so you can actually do that if you wanted to. Instead of having to punch in an entire new function, you can just do the derivative inside your Inspire. And then you just write down the answer, and then you're all good. So 81.803. And I think that will wrap up this question. I think it was pretty straightforward, but as always, if you have any questions about it, feel free to leave them in the comments section, and I will see you in the next episode.